Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop, but I don't think this is going to be a fun one. I'm getting really sick and tired of having to deal with all these legalities and somebody sticking their fingers into things they really don't have any business on. Now, I understand the whole thing about protecting children. Lord knows there's enough things going on in the world that we don't need to make another hurdle for children to have to get over just to become adults. Where I'm getting a little unhappy is when it makes it so that adults can't be adults because some government agency has decided that we're incapable. There's a thing called COPPA, C-O-P-P-A, and it's something that came up back in 2003, I believe, and it's been modified and hassled about and changed and updated, and the last I heard it was 2017, there was a change made to it, and then in 2018 there was more changes made to it. And then just recently, YouTube was fined $170 million. Now, I don't care that YouTube was fined $170 million. They really can afford the money. The bad practices that they do, they should get penalized for. If I do a bad practice, say I'm speeding and I get a traffic ticket, I don't whine about it. If I'm speeding and I pay the ticket. What gets me is when you're going along doing everything what you're supposed to do, following the terms of service. Everything is fine. And then somebody screws up in their ad revenues, their ways of gaining ad revenue, like YouTube did. They were cheating. They were collecting data on kids under the age of 13, and it's illegal. They can't do that. Not without the parents' consent. They never bothered to. Now, I don't know why. I don't know whether YouTube was stupid, YouTube was venal, YouTube was just plain criminal. Who knows? But they settled and paid the fine. Now, here comes my involvement in the thing. Because I create YouTube videos, I got 1,500 of them so far. That's quite a bit. I've been making videos since 2006. Because I have a channel that does videos, I am held liable for everything in the rules. And YouTube has changed the rules in a way to cover themselves. My opinion, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know this stuff, but it sure does sound like it to me. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it is a duck. What they're doing is they're saying, okay, to stay in compliance with COPPA, YouTube is saying that there's no way for them to know the age of the person watching the video. Might be true. Who knows? I certainly don't know the ages of people watching my videos. But because I said, this is a family video channel, I said, no swearing. If you swear in the comments, I'm going to cut your comment out. If you're rude or just plain bad, you're probably going to get your comment deleted. Now, first I'll talk to you and say, hey, don't do that. And then I'll block that one comment. If you continue, you get bumped from the channel. You don't ever come back. That's the only thing I have control of. I can say who comments, not who watches. I can't see through the camera. You're sitting on the other side of the camera there. You can see me, but I certainly cannot see you. But if you're under the age of 13 and you're watching this channel right now, Google is recording any data that you might put onto the channel. Now, what is all this data? Got no clue. Way above my head. But Google and their subsidiary YouTube has decided that I'm responsible for that happening. How am I responsible? Well, if you're watching my video, it's because I've made an attractive video. Okay, I've heard comments pro and con on that. One gentleman this morning said, "I've wasted 7 minutes watching this video and never saw anything about sharpening. I hope this isn't your best video." Well, if you don't like it, don't watch. Go away. Simple as that. Now, I'm having a pretty rough day. I just talked to a lawyer. I set up an appointment to talk to them about protecting my assets. I have 1,500 videos. In my ignorance, early on, I said, if you want to share this video, go ahead. I don't care. Because the idea was to spread the concepts and knowledge about what I was doing to other people. If it helps you, great. If you learn how to fix a floor cleaner, or you learn how to sharpen a saw, or sharpen a drill bit, or what you're supposed to do with an extension cord, about safety, whether it's safe to do a certain thing on a grinder or not, some ideas about lathe operation, just in general, tools. And I like antique tools. So I went to different antique shops and looked at all the antiques and took you along with me. I carried a camera around the shop, talked to the shopkeeper, made sure it was okay with them, took video of the location, uploaded a video, told you about things, answered your questions. All of this was in an attempt to make life a little better for all of us. Really doesn't do much for me. I get paid a little bit in ads. My biggest month so far has been $300. Yep. My biggest year so far has been $2,500. That doesn't pay for the camera. It also doesn't pay for the $2,400 a year it costs to have videos uploaded, because I have to maintain a internet provider. Now, obviously I use them for other purposes, and I do get things out of the connection that I gain something from, but still it's a cost. So when you add all that up, I'm not making any money on this. And that's where it comes to the big kicker. YouTube says if my videos are determined to be child appealing, in other words, would a child want to watch this? I don't know. I don't make them for children. But when I was 8 years old, I had my first workbench. Dad helped me make it. I was casting tin soldiers when I was 8 years old. I made a tree house by the time I was 11. Learned how to drive nails and use a saw and cut wood and fit things together, and I had a lot of fun with it. By the time I was 13, I'd build a go-kart and a mini bike. I learned to weld. Now those are all things that are on my channel. Does that make it appealing to children? Well, if I'm an example of what a child of under the age of 13 would be, yeah, I'm in trouble. So I can say, okay, all my videos are made for children, and that will just solve the problem. I won't have any complaints. YouTube will be all good. They'll just say, okay, no more ads on your videos. Cool. I don't get paid at all. That's not an issue. By the way, though, when they do that, they take away the opportunity to share the video. Yep. Can't put it on Facebook. Can't show it on Twitter. Can't be done. It's gone. They delete the opportunity to have comments on the video. Now, this is the thing that really gets me going, because the only thing that I really get out of this is talking to you guys. I got a lot of friends, a lot of people that I talk to in the comments, a lot of people that I've met, a lot of people that I comment on their videos. They comment on my videos. We talk via email and Messenger and Facebook, and I have a lot of friends that I developed because of this channel. Cannot have any comments. There's no point or purpose to having a channel if I can't even talk about it, and no one can see the videos or comment on them. I cannot share the videos. Okay, so maybe that's not an option. Maybe I don't want to say they're all child appealing. I can just risk it. I can say, you know what? I don't think they are. And I mark them as not made for children. Let me read you something. And this is complying with COPPA, frequently asked questions, from the Federal Trade Commission. And that is at ftc.gov, tips, advice, business center, guidance, complying, COPPA, frequently asked questions, COPPA, enforcement. Government. Enforcement. What are the penalties for violating the rule? That's about a page down. A court can hold operators who violate the rule liable for civil penalties of up to $42,530 per violation. The amount of civil penalties a court assesses may turn on a number of factors, including the egregiousness of the violations, whether the operator has previously violated the rule, the number of children involved, the amount and type of personal information collected, how the information was used, whether it was shared with third parties, and the size of the company. Information about the FTC's COPPA enforcement actions, including the amounts of civil penalties obtained, can be found by clicking on the Case Highlights link in the FTC's Business Center. A court can hold operators who violate the rule liable for civil penalties up to $42,530 per violation. I have 1,500 videos. That works out to about $63 million if all of them are determined to be not in compliance. What should I do if my website or app doesn't comply with the rule? First, until you get your website or online service into compliance, you must stop collecting, disclosing, or using personal information from children under age 13. Guarantee, guys, I do not collect any data. Have no way of doing it. I don't know what it is. Now, analytics, YouTube analytics, that can tell you what the age of the viewer is, the location, and what they're watching. It's not me. I'm not collecting it. I can't stop it. I can't start it. Secondly, carefully review your information practices and online privacy policy. In conducting your review, look closely at what information you collect, how you collect it, how you use it, whether the information is necessary for the activities on your site or online service, whether you have adequate mechanism for providing parents with notice and obtaining verifiable consent, whether you have adequate methods for parents to review and delete their children's information, and whether you employ adequate data security, retention, and deletion practices. How am I going to do that, guys? So on Monday, I'm going to talk to a lawyer, see about maybe getting an LLC or a C Corp or a S Corp, or I don't know. If it costs more than 10 cents, I don't think I can afford it. $42,530. That will wipe me out. One violation. That'll take everything I've earned in the past. Let's see. This is 2019. That's 13 years. Yeah, YouTube doesn't pay jack. And I'm not getting anything. So to risk $42,530 of my hard-earned money, possibly having to declare bankruptcy and ruin my credit rating, which, by the way, we spent a long time making sure that it always stayed good by paying our bills on time. Yeah. So what's my options? If the lawyer doesn't have some golden bullet that makes this problem go away, and believe me, I don't think he does, then my only choice is to kill the channel. Just plain delete it. Let me read you something from UK Tony. A while back, UK Tony made a comment. Sneelock, I thoroughly enjoy watching some of your earlier videos. There's an expression, when someone dies, the whole library burns down, and I think it's true. Your channel, with its many subjects, passes on information, experience, and good old common sense to its subscribers. Without being sexist, I get the impression that we are mainly men of a certain age, and in many ways we're a silent group who do not complain but just get on with things. Please keep up the good work, as it is appreciated the world over. Well, I'm concerned that when I'm told my channel, my work, will be checked by the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, that's how they're going to make sure that I comply. That works so well with the apocalypse. If YouTube determines any of my videos are possibly child-oriented, they will change them to a child-oriented status. That will block and eliminate comments. It will also prevent any sharing or linking of the videos so designated. If the FTC thinks that any of my videos are child-oriented, I can be sued. I certainly can't risk potential fines of $63,525,000. That would be the result of 1,500 videos being marked as appealing to children. Depending on what the lawyer says on Monday, I have until December 10th to either fix this problem by some miracle means for no money. The lawyer would be going along with that really well. Or I get to delete the channel. And I don't even know if deleting the channel is going to work because it's been shared worldwide. Yeah, it's all over the place. I got this letter a while back from the American Institutes for Research. It said, Dear Sneelock, I'm a technical assistant consultant with American Institutes for Research, and on behalf of the U.S. Department of Labor's Education and Training Agency, I would like to request copyright permission to use one of your posted videos as part of a government-funded workforce development curriculum intended to provide unemployed youth with foundational information that will help them succeed in advanced manufacturing career training. There will be no charge for program participation or for the course itself. AIR is a not-for-profit research organization working to assist the National Office of Job Corps, a program of the U.S. Department of Labor's Education and Training Agency, in developing foundational courses for multiple industry areas. We are seeking to use your video using a hand tap, a video tutorial from Old Sneelock's workshop, from here, and then they give the address. I was happy that they considered my work worthwhile and gave permission to use the video. Connor North told me, "Don't know if you read these comments much, but I thought you should know this video, using a hand tap by old Sneelock's workshop, is a recommended learning resource for first-year HVAC&R apprentices in their practical assessments." I told him that I didn't know about that, and thank you very much. When I told him about the letter that I got from AIR, which is the American Institutes for Research, he said, "Don't know about AIR, but in Australia, the Canberra Institute of Technology, CIT, is the one that sourced it for one of our practical assessments." And I said, "Even better. I didn't know that 20 minutes of playing with tools would have this much impact. Thanks for letting me know." So, my 20 minutes of playing with a hand tap, drilling a hole and tapping a hole in a piece of steel, is appealing to children. Apprentices start at the age of 14. Yeah, that's when I became an apprentice electrician. Had to be 14 before I could do that. That means that the things that an apprenticeship would involve would appeal to someone less than 14. Because I'm pretty sure a 14-year-old didn't just all of a sudden pop into his head the minute he turns 14, or she turns 14, or they turn 14. So, what's my risk? Well, we'll say bureaucrat, had to edit out a bunch of words there. Some bureaucrat decides that what I'm teaching isn't for guys who are 34 and older, which is the main part of my video watching group. Like 20% are 65 and older, 30% are 18 to 34. I don't show anybody 13 and under. Analytics says I don't have any. But some bureaucrat can say, "You know what, that really looks appealing to children." And that's what the rule says. Is it appealing to children? Wow. That's a subjective question. I'm looking at destroying 13 years of work. Oh, I'll still have it. I've got it on hard drives and probably could show it to my grandkids if the computer still works when they're born and old enough to recognize it. Just seems really shitty to do that. All to make it so that YouTube can continue to do everything they've been doing up till now. They've just made it my fault if they screw up. Sucks to be me, guys. But then, I don't live forever. I didn't expect this to go on forever. I don't expect the lawyer's going to give me any good news on Monday. So I expect by December 10th, all these videos are going to be gone.